easy, tip my cup, all my doors are open. Cut my thoughts for coconuts, all my eggs are broken. Harp my heart song, harp my height, seraphs hold me steady. Hit my angel, harp my light, lay it on
Early morning in the universe. The life is getting up, open up the windows. This loft that's in the Bowery in the Lower East Side, New York. She's a painter and her husband's a railroad brakeman. And he's coming home in a couple of hours, about 5 hours from the local. Of course, the room's in a mess. There's her husband's coat on the chair. Been there for 3 days. Neckties and his tortured socks. Just to get the kid up to go to school. Pablo. He says, why you have to eat that stuff all over again, that farina? I ain't gonna say that I'm gonna live 100 years, but I've been eating farina for about 100 years. She says, button your fly and go out and answer the door. Gregory Corso and Allen Ginsberg there, laying there, beer cans out on a table, bringing up all the wine, wearing hoods and parkas, falling on the couch, all bursting with poetry, while she's saying, now you get your coat, get your little hat, and we're going to go off to school. A health to you this morning, Mr. Hart Crane, Old Bridge. See, look at all those cars out there. There's nothing out there but a million screaming 90-year-old men being run over by gasoline trucks. So throw the match on it. Well, that's all right. She says, come on now, you gotta go to school, learn all about the geography and astronomology and bibliology and all the homologies and poetology and good biology. He said, I don't want to go to school. They're sitting there talking about Empire State Building and dooms of bridges, and they wave out. Goodbye. Well, he says, I tell you my poem about the Empire State Building that had not doomed the dumb eyes of New York all the time. That's pretty good. He says, hey, I've got a new poem, too. He says, oh, Ma Rainey dying in an ambulance. Say, I've written some poems. I've seen your poems, all these poets, struggling to be poets. Kenneth Fearing, and Kenneth Rexroth, and W.H. Auden, and Louise Bogan, and all the poets. But burning in the purple moonlight, at the same time, if they want to, they turn over their little purple moonlight pages in which their secret naked doodlings do show. Secret scatological thought. And that's why everybody wants to see it. So here he was, and he fell back. He was all excited. And he laid out his paper and his tobacco on the floor. And he made a few little funny signs at me. Gesture all the, die all the, crucified all the, Golgotha all the scenes. Yes, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's what I said, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's what I said. And if you read Apollinaire, what do you mean I haven't read Apollinaire? I read Apollinaire, I wrote books about Apollinaire, I wrote essays about Apollinaire. All about Apollinaire, man, jumping back and down, Apollinaire, man. Come on, don't act like a hip cat, you know, hipster. I'm not interested. He said, well, Apollinaire wrote a poem at the grave of Balzac and fell down. And Balzac, come on, man. I've seen you writhing around all day long like that. I'm tired. What are you trying to play violins for? Don't you know that Empire State has fallen underneath the Gowanus Canal? No, the Lower East Side has produced all the strange gum-chewing geniuses. He says, you make me, I could tell you poems that would make you weep with long hair. Goodbye, goodbye. And here comes the man of the house, Milo, followed by Peter, the saint. Well, you bunch of bums, you're still hanging around here talking, drinking beer. Because I've been working on the railroad all day and I'm mighty tired and I'm going to wash my face, put my lamp away. And meanwhile, I got to tell you, the bishop's coming, as you know, and you guys got to act a little on behavior there because we don't want to hang the bishop up, you understand? Right, Alan? Are you all agreed about acting? Is he a saint? Yeah, sure, he's a saint, yes, he's a saint. They're all saints, yes. He says, now, fellas, no flutes, no nonsense. I'm going back here and I'm going to take my coat off. Ah, you told me all that this morning, man. Don't bug me anymore. I'm tired. She lays out the table because the salt is drying in the stove. All right, we're going to have a big night now. Well, what are we going to say to him? That's all right, he's a good guy. All right, fellas, just sit right there. Just sit there and write poems or something, and I'll go in the bathroom and watch television here. Mr. Bishop, she says. What, the bishop already? He said I didn't wash my face yet. I'm going back to Venice. Be courtly and polite, as befits poets. So all the poets meet. The railroad poet, good evening, Bishop. I'm awfully glad to see you, sir. And then oh boy, he's delighted. And he meets the other poet, the Russian poet, the Italian poet, the Jewish poet. The lady that is the bishop's mother is taking off her gloves, and the wife runs around fixing everything, and they help her off with her coat, and Milo says, why don't you sit here? Did you ask the bishop what he wanted? He said, yes, he wanted a little tea. Bishop. Bishop, I want to ask you some serious questions about Buddhism, which I understand you know all about. He says, well, I know something about it. Nevertheless, he says, is it true that all the ignoos that come falling inside the magic beer bottle Magian candlestick? I'm awfully sorry, I'm goofing there. Bishop says, goofing? He says, yes, goofing means I'm playing around with words. I want to ask you some really serious questions. Bishop says, uh-huh. So Gregory says, now look, I'm going to ask you something that concerns all of us. He said, is it true that we're all in heaven now and we don't know it? And that if we knew it, we would still know it. But that because we don't know it, we go around and act just the way that we do when we know it. But isn't it strange to realize that Buddhism is all involved with the fact that you don't have to get one way or the other about anything, and you can do anything you want, really? Yes, he said, that's well stated. He said, the whole thing depends on ignorance, which is, he said, what? And Allen is saying, is ignorance is rippling up above the silver ladder of Sherifian doves? He says, yes, Sherifian doves, yes. I suppose, he says, in any case, when we are not concerned one way or the other about what we're thinking about anything in particular, perhaps we sit in some kind of quiet bliss. And he goes on trying to explain it because he really knows what he's talking about. And he says, angels and ministers that do stand before me. And they say, what? Angels and ministers? Here comes old Mez McGillicuddy right down the line there, banging on the organ. There says, "Hey, your daddy," says, and she says, "Oh, if that was not enough." Old Mez McGillicuddy, who's disturbed her many a midnight evening. And old Milo, he's quite pleased to see him there, because he don't, but at the same time, he has to talk to Bishop and say, "It's all right," he says, "perfect, all right, he's all right, he's my good friend there, he's my good friend." Oh, buddy Mez gone in the toilet to do something. They sit around the table, now they're getting kind of congenial. By God, even the woman feels good, and she walks around old Milo there and sits down, and the Bishop is feeling pretty good there. He's got some other things to tell him. He's got his own thoughts, and meanwhile, Mez coming out of the toilet, "Yes, sir," he says. He comes out, shakes hands with the Bishop's sister, says, "How are you?" And he knows old Allen there, and shapes up hands with the Bishop's mother. And then he comes up and he shakes hands with the Bishop himself. "Yes, a kind of strange and interesting evening," says the Bishop. The Bishop says, "I don't know anything." "Oh, I thought you knew something that you could say." He says, "Well, there's one thing that I don't know what to say, and that is what to say what I really mean." Peter says, "Have you ever played baseball and seen girls with tight dresses?" The Bishop says, "Well, yeah, I've seen, yes, I suppose so." He says, "Is baseball holy?" "Is baseball holy?" Angel of silence. hath flown over all their heads. Yes, it's early, late, or middle Friday evening in the universe. All the sounds of time are pouring through the window in the key. All I dear thee in windows and me bedarveled, mad, bedraggled robes that rolled in the cave of Amontillado. And all the sherried heroes lost and caved up, and Transylvanian heroes mixing themselves up with Glazer Vup and the hydrogen bomb of hope.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and had a great fall, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't fix Humpty together again.
Poor Gregory, the hero of stove and pipe butter. Well, it could have been better, because if Milo wasn't so silly and invited all these silly friends of his, we could have done some kind of impression for the bishop. Unrequited love's a bore. So, it all stands in the bathtub. Queen of Sheba takes a bath in this bathtub every day. Dishes, toothbrushes, cockroaches, coffee cockroaches, stove cockroaches, city cockroaches, spot cockroaches, melted cheese cockroaches, flour cockroaches, chaplain cockroaches, peanut butter cockroaches, cockroach, cockroach of the eyes. Cockroach, mirror, boom, bang. Freud, Jung, Reich. The strange thoughts you young people have. Is everything holy? Is alligators holy, Bishop? Is the world holy? Is the basketball holy? Is the organ of man holy? The bishop says, what? Holy, holy? He said, oh, my mother wants to play the organ. And the mother says, holy, yes, but I want to play a little music here. And Pat, being a musician, Pat Mez McGillicuddy gets up and says, Peter, give me the chair so I can let her play on the organ there. It's a little low. I need a pillow or something. I'll get you a pillow. Hearing these people talk about holy, I thought I would pretend to play some little inspirational number. Darling, to her daughter, says, will you come and pump for me? He says, yes, Mother, I'm coming. Stay here all night. She says, oh man, I've got my wife here and my friends here, and I have to keep cool here a little bit, you know. Alan sang Are holy flowers holy? Is the world holy? Is glasses holy? Is time holy? Is all the white moonlight holy? Empty rooms are holy. Neal holy? Come on, Bishop, tell us. Toy holy? Byzantine holy? Mark holy? Is American flag holy? Is girl holy? Is your sister holy? What is holy? Holy, 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 and car holy, and light holy? Is holy, holy? Are you holy? I see that. I think it's best that I go now and go make my holy offices. If you know what I mean. And come, Mother, I think we'd better go home now. It's almost 11 o'clock, and the wife comes up and says, is it really almost 11 o'clock? I didn't notice. Meanwhile, these guys aren't paying any attention to all that. They're just blowing. But the other cats are over there talking, and they're not impolite. Some of them are doing something, some of them are saying goodbye. Doing something and saying goodbye and doing something are both the same. And do you really have to leave now? I said, we really do. She says, well, don't leave. And he says, yes, come, sister, get your coat. She says, I really don't want you to leave. I think we're all having a... He says, yes. He says, but I think we better leave there. Hey there. He turns around, Milo says, there, little boy there, you gonna sit on my lap because you can't sleep anymore? He says, what are you doing up there so late? I know what you want to do. He says, yes, I'll play my horn. He says, all right, let's pull over. Up you go, little smoke. Up you go, little smoke. Up you go, little smoke. McGillicuddy sits and plays the mysterious music that draws all the Irishmen, and down with the back rooms of Dublin. Jamambi, jabambi, jamak, jamak, jabambi, jabambi, jamak, jamak. And elder-twide old tweezies fighted the prize. Jamambi, 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 jamak. They say, wow, I said, let's do something we've never done. We've heard that. He says, come on, hey, let's play cowboys. I'm going to be a cowboy. No, I'll play a cowboy. No, I'll play a cowboy. He says, I'll do my Russian cowboy. No, boy, says Milo, I'll come over here and do my cowboy. Fellow got off a dusty old roan one time in southwest Pecos country and stepped up on a sidewalk and spurred jingles and said, Lord, because there was a preacher in there preaching. Yeah, says Greg. But at his feet was sitting a wino with his legs crossed drinking wine, saying, preacher, I understand you. And I aimed my gun right at him, and I said, don't you believe in God? Pow! What'd you do that for? Wow! All this nonsense. You've been doing this all the time. For years you've been doing this. They think it's very funny because they don't know anything about Time magazine. She says, no, all this time we should have fed him some food. We should have done him good. We should have given, all the time you give him wine and beer and give him all these beatniks in the house. He says, shut up. He says, I didn't do nothing, and you know I didn't do nothing, and it's not bad. These are nice fellows. They're just sitting on, now they're getting up and they're leaving. I don't blame them for leaving. You don't understand. He says, come on, Milo, this gang, come on there. Peter, Gregory, Allen, let's go. Come on down those steps. Let's go. We'll go somewhere. We'll find something. Maybe we'll play by fires in the Bowery. She's crying. He says, come on. He says, don't cry. There's nothing to cry about. She says, what do you know about what to cry about? Milo! Milo! He says, I certainly do know what there is to cry about, and it ain't nothing that has to do anything with this that's happening right now. When the rose swings, she'll get over it. Come on, Milo. Here comes sweet Milo. Beautiful Milo. Hello, gang. ta-da-ta-ta-ta. They're going ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, they go.